Greetings, dear hearts. Happy warm up Sunday to you. Looks like I'm 7 minutes late. How did that happen? Happy Black History Month. Happy Black History Months to you. Oh, it's a beautiful sunny day here in Seattle. We see the sun in the skies. I'm like, yeah, that's not an everyday occurrence for us. Hope it's nice where you are. The sun is shining or the snow is not stepped in. Um, I'm going to continue today for Warm Up Sunday, working on my Black History Month offering. It's been my challenge all month to do something creative for Black History Month um, every day. So today I got a lot on the desk, a lot of ideas flowing, and not sure exactly where I'm going. So we'll start to warm up with just playing around with some of what's on the desk, kind of let you see. This was last week, our Maya Angelou offering. I changed the camera, so I'm hoping you're getting better views, closer looks, clearer looks. That was last week. Love it, love it, love it. And today, I think it's going to be Coretta Scott King. I was thinking of ancestors to honor for Black History Month. And of course, Martin came straight up. Everybody does Martin. And as I was looking at images and pictures, I saw Coretta always in the shadow, always in the background. You see Coretta. And I started noticing the hats. I'm like, my girl can wear a hat. Oh man, I appreciate Coretta Scott King wearing her hat in some kind of way today. I just kind of want to honor her a little bit. Strong sister, knew how to stand beside, because he was a man that loved his woman. So she stood beside him and behind him, and she was helping us to receive some of this freedom we got by her input and her way of supporting her husband, our Dr. Martin Luther King. So she goes a lot of time in the background quiet. Um, but I want to bring her up front. Just want to bring her up. And I'm trying to figure out, do I want to put, this is my Black History Month journal that I'm going to use for Black History. But the pages are a little small. This was one of our earlier offerings on Obama. And I really, there were lots of pictures of Coretta in her hats. And I wanted to really do it. So I probably am going to do something bigger than this little journal will allow me. But I will make something for this journal. So I'm just going to play with things and see which journal it'll end up. But something for her will end up in my Black History Month um, journal. But there was so much that came up. So here's some of the things I've worked on during the week that can go in pockets. Some need a little more embellishment to go with them. But like I said, every day I'm trying to do a little something for Black History Month and they'll end up in the journal. I actually love this journal card. I'm thinking of putting a black quote or something on it as a finishing touch, and maybe we'll get to that today. Oh, but dear hearts, I'll probably bring this back out again as more people trickle in. One of my favorite things I did this week was this little tag or journal cover right here. I love this image. Love it, love it, love it. If I wasn't doing Coretta, I might have went along doing a lot of our ancestors that are unidentified, just people from our history. These are little things I made during the week. Little journal that I may put some of that Coretta stuff that I'm gonna end up making in here and stitch it and turn it into a little booklet inside our journal for Black History Month. We shall see. Little things that was going on during the week. That's what these are. I have a lot of things on my desk that I want to start to warm up. Just cutting them, getting them put away so that they're ready to go for during the week. Here's a full body image I found in a magazine. Can you guess who that image is? Uh, I love the image, but I decided I wanted not to have the face that was on it. And I'm going to create one of my own. But this full length dress, the pose of a full figured woman, I had to have this. Do you know who it is? Who it was in the magazine? Can you tell? If you could tell and you're viewing this video, not here on the live, um, let me know. Hey now, welcome. We're here celebrating Black History Month. We're going to get down with the offering today for Coretta Scott King. So we'll have some pictures of Dr. Martin Luther King in the background, but as I was going along looking at the study, the history of him, she just popped out as a strong woman in the shadows. And so I see my offering mostly will be focusing a little on her image. Coretta Scott King. Any Chibe, how are you? I hope I didn't kill your name too bad. Welcome. This is Ms.D. Do It Yourself DTV. We're doing a celebration of Black History Month, and we are going to explore Coretta Scott King in art today. Glad you stopped in. I hope you stay long enough to watch this warm up come to fruition. What I generally do on Sunday is start the art process by just warming up here on a live, and then generally Sunday I use for my creative expression that you can find on my YouTube channel, Do It Yourself Ms.D TV. You can see uh, generally junk journals that I make and paintings and all my creative expressions. Hey, Michael, hello. Glad to see you. Oh, thank you. I have so been enjoying the Black History Month things. Today, I don't know if you were in the background and hearing, it's a surprise to me what we will be doing. It ends up being Coretta Scott King. I started out thinking I was going to do something on Dr. Martin Luther King, but I kept seeing her image in the background and it impressed me. So we're going to do Mrs. King. But first, I'm just cleaning off the just a little bit of some of the things that were things was going through as I was, kind of pulling out materials. I am doing very well. Thank you very much. Very healthy. Uh, had a few mental challenges with, stuff of life, but God is good. And He came through, made sure we worked our way through those things, protected me. So I'm good to go. How about you? Are you well? How's the weather over there? I do want to mention that my daughter Erica has been recovering from COVID. She's doing very well. She's up and moving again, and I'm ecstatic. Her whole family actually had to deal with COVID, and they all are doing well. Last I heard, her husband was still tasteless in Seattle. You know how sometimes with COVID you lose your taste. Well, he lost his sense of taste. And he was upset because today is Super Bowl Sunday, and he always makes a Super Bowl uh, spread, and he was worried that he wasn't going to be able to taste his nachos or his buffalo wings. So I'm shouting out to the universe, let him be able to eat. Ooh, 72. Sounds good. 85 sound even better. Oh, wow. Sounds good, Michael. That sounds good to me. All right. I'll play with this image more during the week. I just wanted to get it cut up cardboard. I'm actually going to do a painting and I'm going to use this in the painting. Can you tell who that is? I took the form from a magazine. Full figured black woman. Recognize those hips? I'll tell you later, maybe. All right, so I wanted that clear. Oh, I don't want to put stuff on the sewing machine as I may use that. So here's what I got. I was prepping, like I said, to maybe honor Dr. Martin Luther King today. So I started trying to collect images. This one's a little dark. Collect and create images is what I did. And these pictures came up of Coretta with Dr. King. And in my youth, a hat was the thing for me. I used to love a hat. And I noticed her tam on. I'm like, sharps. Look how beautiful she was. This is a younger picture of her and Dr. King. Beautiful. I was quite young in their heyday. What was I, about 8, 9, 10, something? So wasn't appreciating people's beauty. Boy, she's beautiful. And then I kept searching for images that I wanted to use, and I came across this picture. Every time I came across a picture of Dr. King, I would come across, not every time, but a lot of the time, I would come across a picture with her in it. And look at that hat and those shades. Did my girl not have style? Okay. Thank you, Michael. It was so good to see you. Missed you just having little comments the other week. So I saw you during the week. Have fun. Enjoy the family. Look at her shades. And of course, her hat. Oh, and so I saw that and I started noticing her hats. And I'm like, Coretta is stylish. She's stylish, a strong, graceful woman. And then this little picture, there they are together. I thought I moved the camera in a way that I would do you guys better. Dr. King looks pretty good right there, too. Again, Coretta with a hat, looking good, looking good. Here's that blown up, and I kind of played with this one a little bit. Yeah, she is beautiful. I cut the image and put Martin in the background, put my girl up front. He's smirking. He like, look at my girl. My girl's beautiful. And then one of my favorite images, this hat though. Did you see that hat? That sister had some kind of style with her. I don't know if I was bold enough for that hat, but she was. um, There is one other image, the one that pushed me over the edge, that made me say it's gonna be Coretta that I focus on. Where is it? It's a cute little picture of her and him. Love this one. And then there's one other that really pushed me over the edge. It just showed her style and her beauty. And it's probably buried over here in all these images. And so, of course, when I pulled Martin, uh, pictures of him with the other great leaders were there. Oh, thank you, Michael. I don't know about that. That's a beautiful woman, but thank you. This is Martin, Malcolm, Nelson Mandela, and Obama. I didn't see Malcolm, did I? No, I'm just putting people there. But I love that, so I'm going to incorporate this. Where's that little picture, Coretta? Oh, like I said, there were lots of pictures, and I started playing with them. So when it pops up as I'm going along here, creating this board, I'll point it out. But it's one of her and him, very young. Let me make sure I didn't put it in here. And just them being playful, but her hat and her energy popped off that page, and I said, "It's got to be Coretta for me. I've got to shine a light on my girl." That little image, if I have to pull it up off the internet again, I will. It's so darling, but I know oh yeah, I had tucked a lot of things. So maybe I tucked it in here. Yes. Look at her. Just beautiful. So I've already started the work of cutting the photos out, but that girl could wear a hat. And this, oh man, look how beautiful. Again, she got the tam on. How beautiful. This is one of my favorite little, I'm getting in the right spot, pictures. Isn't this too cute? I love it. Showing love for her man. He's like, ooh, she kissing me in public. But look at her hat. Look at her hat. Oh, Coretta girl. Stylish, stylish lady. And then I did love this quote from Dr. King. Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. I know that's right, Dr. King. I know that's right. So I love that. That's going to get incorporated somehow. Like I said, there'll probably be more than one spread on MLK because my girl's getting to shine today. I'm going to let her light shine. Coretta Scott King. All right. So I'm going to slide these things off to the side. I had a couple ideas formed on what I wanted to do, but then so much started creeping in until I thought, I'm probably going to have to make a little pamphlet and spread out some of those thoughts in this little pamphlet. So I've often I'll make pamphlets or books or pages and wait till a project comes along that I can use it. So I have made this prior to Black History Month, um, but I think this will be perfect for putting these images in. Started a little tag. Look at these little cuties. I don't know if they'll stay with this offering or end up in a space of their own, but it's a tag I started. I love this one too. These babies are so cute. So We're going to use this pamphlet and con uh, use the images that I've collected. Finish this tag, and I want it to be seen. So let's see where we're going to kind of tuck it or how we're going to do it. If I put it in a pocket, we don't get to see it right off. So I'm thinking um, put it on a corner of a page, like a corner flip. Yeah. Let's go ahead and get that there, get started. And we're just going to use a little washi tape and get that nailed down. So many great images of the kings I found online. So I could just do a whole journal on those two alone. The news reporters and photographers did a lot of capturing images over the years of Dr. King. And of course, Coretta was on his side. So I got lots of images of the both of them. I think I'm gonna do it like this. I don't want to cover her face up though. I'm gonna cover the image with the tape. So I better do it this way. Let it flip out like this. Hey Cheryl, how are you? I think Michael left out. He was saying he had family over that he would watch the video later or maybe pop back in as we go on. But my family, thank you for asking, Cheryl, is doing so much better. My daughter Erica seems to have recovered. She's up and around, full of energy, doing her mom duties. The kids are all recovered. Her husband is still going through a little bit. He didn't start symptoms until later after everybody else. So he's still going through. Okay, I'm feeling that. I'm feeling that. I'm going to punch that hole and put a little tag. Did you hear that we're doing Coretta Scott King today for Black History Month? That's what all these images are. I was thinking I was going to do Martin, but Coretta stole the show with her hats. In this picture, I love her showing a little love for her man. I love it. I love his eyes. Look at his eyes in this. Wait a minute, let me see. Look at his eyes. He's tickled. That's young love, okay? Young love. All right, so we need to dress the top a little bit of that one. Have a couple little things already made that we can use. Just got to figure out where I want to put what. You know, these silhouettes are big with Ms.D. I think that's clashing a little bit, but if I edge that up, that might work. Let's see what it looks like. Little gold. Yeah, it was fun harvesting these pictures this week. Yeah, he's grinning from ear to ear. He is feeling that. I saw as I was doing my hunt for images, I saw so many great pictures of him relaxed. There's actually one I'm going to draw and paint. I think I sketched it out. It's a young Martin, so beautiful. Let me see if I have that handy. I had such fun this week with these images. Let's see if I stuck it in here. I'm using this journal for my drawings basically and do my art journaling in other spaces. I didn't stick it in here yet. Let me see where I put Martin. Yeah. Did I know I didn't stick it in this one. Got a ton of journals going. My daughter is trying to convince me to have an auction and sell off some of the journals because I have made a plenty. This art journal I'm making for me, I'm loving it. It's custom made for myself. I'm loving this one for drawing. It's bigger than the average one that I make. I'm sorry, I just don't have that image right at hand. You'll probably see it in the journal in a week or two. I don't want to get too distracted. At the end of the month, I'm going to go through the whole journal and show all the paintings and offerings that I do for the month. So anything you don't see here on the live will be seen in that flip through because I do draw and paint outside of the live. I showed a few minutes ago some of the pocket tags and things I made that will go in the journal. Ooh, let's fix her lips. Um, Things like this get made not here on the live, but during the week. Look at this, Cheryl. I know you can appreciate this. Look at this. Isn't that beautiful? I love this image. Beautiful. I haven't been on that long. Yeah, watch the replay. You'll love it. Uh, I really appreciate people coming back and watching the replay so they can get the beginning. Oh, I'm glad you're still enjoying your um, journal. This book tag journal card is something I really like too. Yeah, that young sister. Oh, this image right here. So beautiful. These two could actually kind of go together. They're going to go in our Black History Month journal. All right. So we etched that up. And of course, you guys know how I love these little dolls ending up on tags. All those things will end up in the journal and you'll see later. So let's see how this is looking now. Yeah, that's better. I'm going to just be really bold with these strokes. Get the gold on here. Really bold. Now you didn't really miss a whole lot in the beginning. I kind of was talking about how I got to the process of Coretta being the theme for today and shared those little tags as I have a desk full of images. Like this image may be too big to put into this journal, so I'll probably will put it into another journal. I love this picture of Coretta. Look at that expression. What drew me to her was all the hats she had on. When I was looking up Dr. King, Coretta kept being by his side, and each time she would have her hat on and just looking so graceful, so supportive of her man, until it just impressed me that she's in the shadows and I just want to shine the light on her. Of course, he pops up in these images, but my main attention is just shine a little light on Coretta. I do think at some point my daughter's going to get on this morning. She's feeling so much better. Take a liberty here and change her hair, give her afro puff. That's the beauty of having all those images. Yeah, yeah, that classy and beautiful from the old days. Yeah, she represented that. She really always was so stylish and classy. I appreciate it. It's so nice to see, to look back and see beautiful images like that. All right, I don't want to get lost in doing the embellishments. I can get carried away with them too. Keep moving on. I've been really trying, to keep the lives right around just an hour. Although some people have said they can handle watching longer. So I do a lot more crafting after I turn the camera off. Sunday is my day of play on my crafting. This thing is just taking a life of its own, and this is what happens. Are you feeling this? You see what's happening? That thing is starting to come alive. It's just supposed to be a little addition. Got my little space heater on, and my markers and pens are getting hot. Let me move that. Just filling it in a little bit more. It just kind of wanted to do its own thing. That's what warm up is all about. Just let your creative juices flow. And I find I get some of my best art out of just go with the flow. Like I have one intention But when I let the universal energy, God, just kind of take over, something else will happen and it'll always be much better than what I had intended. Because look at that. Little sister looking good. Um, one more thing and I'm going to leave that alone. I love embellishments. The playing around with the embellishments and things like that is one of my joys. Well, the whole process is my joy. I love junk journaling. I love painting. I love drawing. And junk journaling allows me to use all those things. Mm. I got my coffee here. You got yours? I want to put some cowrie shells hanging down there with a little, I can find my liquid pearls. Yeah. Use that and drop a couple cowrie shells down there. These are crystal drops. They're a little bit different than your regular. I could put these golds on here. Little different than the crystal pearls. I mean the liquid pearls. But I'm gonna go with this. Go with this. I just see cowrie shells dripping in my mind. Ah, maybe, maybe not. But put them on there. Let them dry. I might have to put a little white paint on them to get that effect of a cowrie shell. I should have looked and seen if I had any just solid white. This is crystal. Solid white probably would have looked just like a cowrie shell. But I'm going to let that dry as we move on. I'm going to glue it down, but let it dry. And we're going to continue working. I do like that a lot. That was fun. That needs a little bit of time to dry. I may move the whole thing down by the space heater, let it dry as we work on the other piece so it'll be done by the time we get started. Filling the book up. Thinking somewhere like this. There we go. Oh yeah, that helped. That one shell is just a little big for me, a little big. There we go. Oh, that looks better. Okay. I like that. Like that a lot. Stick a little tag up there, a little lace ribbon. I think we'll go with ribbon. I have some gold ribbon. Ah, yeah. I get so caught up into what I'm doing. My coffee will last just about all day because it'll be sitting, and now I'm like, oh man, my coffee, and then I'll have another drink. Yeah. What I'm gonna do is just kind of do this like this, and maybe not go through the whole Yeah, because I don't want it to stick up too much since this is a little pamphlet. So I don't want too much bulk. And I may have to clamp that. Can you tell I moved the camera around? Yeah, I'll hold it up to the camera in just a second. Can you tell I moved it around? I'm hoping you guys are getting a better view. I can pull down a little bit more. Get a little closer to the desk. Probably gonna have to put a paper clip on this to hold it while I move on, but there you go. See the pearl drops on it? Nice. Okay, I'm gonna put a paper clip on this so I can move on. Sometimes it takes a little longer for the glue to dry. That ribbon has a hard piece of tassel on it. So it's just taking it a bit longer to dry. So I'm just gonna do that and keep moving. Did you get to see it, Cheryl? Yeah. Okay. And we'll call that a flip out so that'll be movable in it. Now I have this big, beautiful picture of Coretta. I love this picture. I think she looks so beautiful, but it would take up 2 pages. And I didn't know that I wanted to wrinkle it. Let me see. Because I did also think I could have used this one with her and Dr. King, kind of like this. And it could be wrinkled. I didn't mind wrinkled, having a fold line in it. Yeah, I didn't mind that so much. And then I also had this I love. Maybe I'll work on this one first. This right here, look at her. Beautiful. So I took the liberty, I cut the picture, uh, that the original picture, and I put Martin in the back, and he's in her shadow now. Let's see if I can find the original. Yeah, I just had fun playing. I can't quite see it right now. I got stuff everywhere. Another great one of Coretta. That should probably be on the cover. Okay, let's go with this image. I don't want it to even appear if Dr. King is the center of attention. Oh, here's the picture where it's a smaller one. This is the original picture, and I just cut it and put Martin behind her. Or actually, this might be one that I had already cut. No, that's the original, and that's me cutting and putting Martin behind her. I love this image right here. Did I stick that in the gelato? Maybe. Gotta be careful. Let's cut that on out. I'm sorry. I can move. I moved the camera around. I said, like I said, hoping to get you guys better views of the work, trying to get you closer to the page. Um, hope that's working. Yeah, let Martin be in the shadows for a minute. You know, Coretta is a very intelligent woman, and because she had such a powerful man as lead, I don't think she gets all the recognition she deserves. So I'll do my little part. I want to do the edges, and this is on photocopy paper, just regular photocopy paper. So sometimes that's too thin to use my corner maker. So if you put another piece of paper underneath, it'll catch it. Ooh, let's make that a little rounder. Yeah, I like that idea. Again, he has one of those smirks on his face. I think he really loved his wife and they enjoyed each other's company. Whenever you see them in photos together and their attention locks on each other, it's always a pleasant look in their eyes. I love that, the thought of them really enjoying each other's company, in private where he didn't have to be saving the whole world. He could have a real life. Oh, that is just not doing that well. Let me see if I can get what I'm looking for out of that. Every now and then I find that'll happen with this corner chopper. I actually bought a new one, and I'm gonna have to open up that package because that happens. So I won't take the time to open it up right now, but yeah, I think it's time to let this one go. Making more work than it needs to. Okay. And do we want to put her here? Or do we want to see her here with Martin kind of looking? I kind of like it just like that. Let me take a peek at my other images. Because I do want to put the one with all the world leaders together. I love this picture too. I want to find a way to get that. That's why I say I'll probably have to do another whole spread on Miss Coretta. She got some stuff with her. Okay, yeah. I think I'll do this here. Yeah, this is the one. So I'm just gonna glue that straight down. That whole chomper kind of messed up that one end. I'm gonna see if it getting it on the page straightens it out. I may have to put some lace on it. Beautiful. Mm-hmm. Yes, Coretta's time to shine. I like that. I like the world being up there. Because of the pink button, I kind of was seeing, we're not right there, not yet. Not ready to use that. Um, I did cut out some words um, for her. So maybe, let's see. There was one I did do let her light shine, but I'm just gonna I have several strips, and this is the first one I came to. So I'm going to go with 100%. We all strive for 100% because she strove for 100%. Strives. My sister's still with us, and she always looked 100% put together. Bring that down a little bit more. This has bring me a lot of joy and relaxation doing my Black History Month this way each day. Take a minute and create something to honor either the ancestors or those brothers and sisters that are still with us that make us proud to be Black. Yeah, I like that. Let's put a little color on it. Do, 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 do. I'm just going to use a sponge that already has a little of the ink on it just to dull it so it's not so white. Yeah, just bring it down just a little bit. And then I do want to do the edges. Let that pop. So the shine you see on this is I had cut the words out of a magazine actually, and then I decoupaged them on just regular copy paper. And then I trim down as I find a space and a use for them. I'm thinking up here to give that a little bit more. This might be striking, maybe some lace or something up there. It feels like it needs a little bit, but I kind of like that down here. So let's put it down here. Yeah, it looks like it belongs there. It's lovely how things will just work out. They'll tell you where they need to go. I gotta find the words, let her light shine. I had something that I typed out about her shadow. I'm not going to spend the time on the live to pull it out, but I will. This, oh, that's what that's looking like. As you can tell when I'm journaling, I'm flipping around everywhere. This little tag says, "Love like the setting sun." And that's what I wanted to put with that picture because that just looks like pure young love to me. Him making goo goo eyes, to see him just so relaxed and playful, it makes me smile. Such a serious cause he was fighting for us all, leading us all, so that to see moments of them just having some regular life is good. I didn't see my daughter pop in yet. She must be oversleeping. The one thing COVID did do is make her sleep a lot, but her body was fighting and she was able to get through the hard part. It was a little bit tough there for a minute, but she's a strong girl. All right. Now, I kind of think as a title of a page, is that doing too much? Kind of like it up there. Kind of like it down here, but I feel like it's a lot on the bottom already. But that little right there, maybe if I trim it a little bit more and I leave that there, that could work. Let's try it. It says, "Love like the setting sun." Okay, it's a better size. And just trim the back and the front a little bit. It'll fit on the page. And I'm sorry, I get off camera, huh? I'm chomping the edges. Tell I don't work in real television production. Oh, now we're cooking. Now we're cooking. Can we cook like that? No, that's won't fit. Make sure our edges are still popping. That picture looks good around the cover. I like the stitching. Uh-huh. Yeah, I love the stitch around the edges. Like I say, this Junk journaling lets me use all the things that I love. I love to sew. I used to sew a lot in my younger days. And so I can still do that. I like to draw. I can do that. I like to paint. I can do is junk journaling is the way for me. I love to make the books. My daughter says I've overdone it with that. uh, it's a fun process. I almost showed you guys because I'm making a journal of affirmations for myself. I'm trying to train my mind to do a certain thing. And so I said I was going to make a journal just full of my mind affirmations. My daughter's like, don't you have enough journals that you can just pull off the shelf one of the ones you already made? I said, yeah, but this one would be intended just for that. I'm big on intention. I like that. I'm thinking I want to put a little white on that pearl drop since I didn't use the white one. So just a little white paint, or maybe even a little white gesso, just something to pop up a white. That's Mod Podge. My label came off. Got to be careful with that. Mod Podge and gesso looks the same in a jar. I'll put a label on it after the live. Boy, has it been an hour already? That was quick. It sure flies on Sundays when I'm with you all. I may go a little bit longer today. I want you guys to see Coretta get her day. The liquid drops gave it dimension. I did touch this somewhere down the line. I see them smash. That's no problem. It left enough dimension that it lifts up my impression of the cowrie shells. And I'm going to put a little strip of black. And then I'll do the big uh, picture of Coretta. Oops. I may have to come back after it dries with a little more of the gesso. I wonder if the pearl drops will show through there. Let's see. It's experimenting it right here. a big glob, big glob. Try one of the other ones. Nah, that's not getting me the effect I want. Let it dry again and put the gesso on it. Having a good time with this. I'm gonna put it by the heater this time so it'll dry fast. I like that 3D-ness of that. Okay, so one last thing I wanted to do with you all is that big picture. I thought I'd kind of frame it up because it may go into one of my bigger journals. The white paint is exactly what's needed. I like that. Uh-huh. It's going to shift one more time. The one thing I find with crafting is layers. Doing things multiple times is a lot of the times necessary. So what I thought I'd do is take this beautiful image of Coretta and make it a journal card. I was torn between this one and this one, but since we're letting her light shine, we'll let Martin sit to the back. And what I'm gonna do is cut her down to the size of my card. See how much we lose in the trans. This will be the last thing I do on the live, and the finish of that pamphlet I'll show you next week with whatever we do. Only thing about February being Black History Month is it's only 28 days, so a lot of the work I have to do, not on Sundays. Oh, okay, so she's gonna look something like that. Okay, we didn't lose much of her, but I want to make a background, and I had started that yesterday, so I wouldn't be on the live taking forever. So I already ripped up my pieces and put some ink on the edges. So all I gotta do is Mod Podge them down. Excuse me for reaching. Can you tell the difference in the camera? Do you feel like you're getting a closer look, a clearer look? I shifted where my camera is, hoping that that would get you a better look at things. So, let's see, I need a brush, bigger brush. There we go. And I'm going to do this really quick. Get some Mod Podge all over the card. I may, on my YouTube page, turn this into a video so that I can make sure Coretta gets her light shining. I don't, a lot of times people won't watch the live videos, or they don't know how to go into the page and see, pull the live videos out of the feed on the tabs. And this time, I usually don't mind because for me, it's about doing the art. But I want Coretta's light to shine. I'm about it. So I'm gonna let these hang over a little bit. Try to get the most out of the edge. You guys see me do this process a couple times now. It's one of my favorite for backgrounds. Oh, you can? Good. Great. You can see what I'm doing better. Great. I'm working on it. I'm playing around with this stuff in here. Okay. Somebody asked in the past, they said, you always got a lot of stuff on your desk, and they asked, what's that on your desk? And I've been watching videos on YouTube where people are telling what's on the desk, and I noticed I had this just laying here. It's going to be a tag, kind of a hanging chain that I'm going to put on the desk, but it's that silhouette that we used on the cover. You know, I made a lot of those, not on the cover, on the back flip, and I turned it into many things. Lots of things always on this desk. Like right now, see my spoon. Just forgive me. When I get into my art, I get into my art. Now this looks like a different page. It looks a little darker or lighter. Want it to cover here. Okay. I can get lost in this process too, so let me stop. Just want to create a break in all that straight lineness right there. Ooh, didn't want that ink all over it like that, but there we go. Just breaking up some of the big blocks of, although the photo's going to cover a lot, so I guess I shouldn't have worried. All right. And I've already Mod Podge this image. So I don't have to do that. I'm thinking, let me see. Oh, that's drying nicely. I don't think nothing I'm going to do is going to make it, unless I cut a lot of off, make it fit this page book. So I'm going to put it in a different book. So I'm going to leave it big. And just glue it down. I do want to get a little bit more height. So I'm just going to bend the edges up a little bit, not to take away too much from the photo. but just folding it up adds a little bit of height, dimension actually. Just a little bit on the top. Hate to do anything to take any of that hat away. But for the greater good, for the greater good. Yeah, I love torn book pages on the background. And all you have to do is, I let them hang over as I'm putting them on. You just trim that down. Or sometimes you can leave it on. It makes a great statement too. And this is going to be a journal card in one of the books. Alrighty. So let me see if that's kind of even. Yeah, that'll let her sit up a little bit. Yeah, so let's go ahead and Mod Podge that down. Because it's a little thicker, I'm going to put a little glue on it too to make sure it stays down. Tucking a little bit under the bottom just so it'll lay. Okay, I'm trying to get an even distance from the top and the bottom. I love that picture. I love her expression. Yeah, that walk down memory lane for Black History Month this week was fun. Visiting the kings. Nice. Now what I want to do is give it a little life, a little bit without taking anything away from her. So I'm going to use my blending brush. If I can find one. See this one. And I'm going to take the photo finish. This is archival pigment. And it's kind of like the finish ink. Vintage ink. Let me see if it's going to make a difference which one of these I use. This is vintage photo. Let me see something. Just testing. That looks like that vintage photo ink. And then this is the archival. Ooh, it's darker. Can you see? I think I'm gonna use the vintage photo. Ew, I didn't like that. Glad I decided to test it. Clean my brush off a little more. This is one of those paper clip I use for making the paper clip dolls. Already started. Some more of what I got on my desk. Actually, this could be a paper clip in this book. Okay, so we're going to use this. I'm going to start on the edges. I see, I think I want to trim these edges too, shape them a little. Do a little tap on the paper just to add a little color. Tap around her face. I'll be real careful with a fresh tap. She's a black woman, so this gives her a little color. Oh, I like that cheek. Nice. Just a hint of color it does. Yeah, I use Mod Podge on the photo. That helps them last longer, you know, and gives a little shine, a little something. I like her cheeks. A little in the eyebrows. Oh, yeah, I hear you. So I pretty much celebrate us all the time. I hear you, though, Cheryl. But for me, what I do, I'm grateful that we have any day. They give so little to us in America. That's meaning black people. Um, so I'll take it, and I will celebrate all month long and bring awareness to who we are, the greatness that we have. But of course, I celebrate us every day, being black and proud and helping the next generation be black and proud of something we do every day. But yeah, I hear you. I don't let what they do, how they do, um, cause any negative. It's a positive. We got a month. We got a whole month that we get to celebrate us. I know at the workplace, because we had the national holiday, and you know, so much has been going on of late. I was able to put up bulletin boards, post boards, and all kinds of things for Black History Month, and had, you know, the backing of the uppers because, you know, I work in an environment where, you know, I'm not the majority. And because of it being a national holiday and they were putting up things for every other holiday, it was honored that I took over the main bulletin board. This was a couple few years ago, and I made such a big noise about it, and it had was such a big success that it became tradition. Even with me working from home now, I was in a meeting and somebody said, you know, they miss me being in the office, that uh, they knew for sure we was going to have something up for Black History Month. And then one of the young people said uh, that they recognize that I'm not there and they'll make sure that there's something up. And that's what I'm talking about. So yeah, it might be the shortest month of the year, but it's what we do with it. Look at that. Can you see what I see? My girl is looking good. And because I'm feeling bold, let's put a little color in her flower. I can always redo this if it don't work out right. Make another photocopy. This probably was a white flower, but you know, Ms.D done got her hand to it. I like color, can you tell? And so I'm going to dull that down a little bit with a baby wipe. See if I can smudge it enough to just look like it's watercolor. Yeah. Oh, it'll take it almost all the way up. Oh, but it does leave a trace. Nice. That's what we're talking about. I like that. Okay. Now this is going to be a journal card, and I think I may have to leave you all right here. I've had you well over my hour today. So many things I wanted to show you. I'm going to put a word on it. I do wonder where is let her light shine. See anything like satisfaction, professional style? Hmm. Oh, I appreciate it, Cheryl. Let me just, now I'm playing. Now I'm playing. I've downloaded some digitals of some butterflies of several things, but I Mod Podged these butterflies already. I love butterflies. Can't draw them for anything. I can draw a whole human being, but can't seem to get these butterflies right. So I went ahead and download some digitals. And I like to include them. I just want to see something with a pop of this, bring this sister out. And if you know me, you know I don't like fussy cutting. Some people say this relaxes them. I don't get it. That does not relax me. But we're all different. So there it is, Ms.D. Can enjoy just about every process of the art world. That fussy cutting. I do like this butterfly with the blue and the brown yellows. Beautiful to me. It's almost orange, like, you know, most of the time I live in the blue orange family. I'm doing a rough fussy cut. Just want to see if this could work, if it or if it's going over the top. Since this is going to be a journal card, it's just going to be in a pocket of a journal, and somebody could pull it out right on the back. Yeah, that fine detail starts to work my nerves after a while. So I start taking big chunks. And I think I snipped a piece of that wing doing that. But have no fear. Ooh, I kind of like that. What you think? Is that too much? I had a brown one. I kind of like it. It could be a little bit smaller. I don't want to take away from her. Had a yellow one, which is probably better. I'll play with that off camera and see which one I end up using. You'll see that next week because I kind of think I like that, but I'm not gonna make you watch me fussy cut anymore. Um, her words, and then that's it. Kind of like that. Oh, you were getting a bad glare like down there like that. Kind of like that a little bit. See if I can let you see what I see. I'm gonna get to knowing how to use this camera. That's next week. But I think I like it on this side more. I think that'll be okay to add that. This is what I do. This is what I do. Get going and can't stop. But that means the warm up was successful. That means my creative juices got going and I'm ready to create. Sometimes carving with this is easier than the scissors because I don't think I want that whole thing. Mm-hmm. Forgive me while I just go in here and do this. That's the only thing about live streaming. It makes you feel like you need to rush.